Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast, the only podcast that you should be listening to. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I am Vo.
Vo. You're back to that? I think that was your first nickname.
That's right. Well, because the beginning of the Croak and Crow year, and this is the end of the Croak and Crow year, so we're going to revisit that.
The year of the crow. Well, here we are. We are still in the 5 days of limbo, if you will. Christmas tree's still up. Christmas is over. New Year's hasn't began. And we are just we're floating in the abyss right now. Just, there's like nothing around us.
This is ground control to
You know what?
Major Tom.
It's so funny that you brought that up.
Really?
I could not go to sleep last night. I couldn't. I don't know why. I'm usually on a very tight sleep schedule. I go to sleep at like 10:30, not past that. The past few weeks, I've been staying up real late. But I was just getting really into David Bowie.
Really?
I don't even know him. But like I don't know the guy, but I was watching all of his interviews.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I was like,
and I just
really
sang
like this
that
guy.
out of the blue.
Yeah. So
my dad liked that song, and his name was Tom.
Yeah. But yeah, David Bowie's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. I like the guy.
Was.
First you tell me that my girlfriend, Charlie Chaplin's wife, is passed. And now you tell me David Bowie.
David Bowie is passed,
why?
but that's okay.
Why do I learn about people too late?
You'll meet both of them.
I was listening to a rapper the other day and I'm like, whoa, who is this guy? He's got a real good sound.
Yeah.
My brother was like, yeah, he died like last year. And I'm like,
I know. It's okay. It's all right. They're not gone.
Their music is over.
No, the music you were listening to, and they're...
But even when I saw David Bowie, like I was looking at his interviews, and then I saw him as like an old guy, and I'm like, it's not the same. I like young David Bowie.
No, I like older David Bowie too.
I like all David Bowies.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's enough of that complaining about this limbo being December 26th through the 30th.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something on a good note, on a high note.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Oh.
I just have depressing stories of people passing.
We could jump into the topic. We could tell them what number podcast it is.
Why don't we tell them what number podcast it is?
It's 39.
39.
Forever 39.
39, which means next podcast, someone's bringing out the easel.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
For the new viewers, I'm not a painter. But I paint a lot.
I'm not a player, I just crush a lot.
Well, so maybe you are a painter. What does it mean to be a painter?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess a lot of artists have low opinions of their talent.
You're always your biggest critic.
Yeah. So anyway, I did one. Who knows what episode? I did two different episodes. I painted something during the thing, so this will happen
and
on
they both
air.
sold for over $50,000.
Yeah. So we need money for the van, so we're going to do another one.
Salud.
Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow because that'll be 40,
and it'll also be the New Year's Eve episode.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. New Year's Eve
with the 40.
The greatest day, man. Every holiday that passes, I get upset because I just remember how much fun I was having the prior year. Not that I'm not having fun now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like New Year's Eve, for example, last year I went to a Roaring 20s party.
Oh, right,
and I got dressed up all. I had my little new paperboy hat.
Yeah.
And
Newsboy.
Newsboy hat, and it was a lot of fun. And this year, I will be in my bed by 10:30 looking up David Bowie videos.
You know where I went one year? I went to the Peeps factory in Bethlehem, PA, and they drop a giant peep.
Like the ball drop, and it's a peep drop.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, it's not even at midnight because all the kids go. So I think they drop it at like 8 p.m.
That's pretty cool.
It wasn't bad at all because it was pouring rain and it was very cold. So I can't imagine staying there till midnight. But we went, and it's actually a very, very cool facility where it's at, because it's this it's very old timey. Like they have
like the factory.
Yeah, right.
Stuff.
And it's made now for tourists. So they have placards explaining the different immigrants who worked there and so forth. And it's fun at Christmas because Bethlehem, they really play up that they're Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did, but it wasn't last year. Maybe 2 years ago? But who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
We're not talking about those years. We're talking about this year.
Yeah. Only the present matters.
Yes.
And there's no more presents because Advent's over.
I miss Advent. Our incorrect counting, our daily gifts.
That's okay.
There's always
we're
next
going to
year.
have a blast at Lent.
Instead, we're gonna have to give something.
Yeah.
Like put it on the table.
Oh my gosh.
I guess.
Give something up.
Yeah, my phone's all I have left on the table.
No, can't do that.
Okay. Well, that's
39
enough.
and then
39. And now
we're late for title.
Title. Okay, topic.
Topic is names.
Names. Ooh, names.
Hence, I said Vo today because, as you know, every time I just decide whatever I want to be. And funny you should, or I said David Bowie, and then you grabbed onto David Bowie. You grabbed onto David Bowie. David Bowie, I'm trying to think. There's some sort of story between David Bowie and Davy Jones. I might be
His
wrong.
name was Davy Jones.
Okay, but someone was an actor, or
Yeah, or a band, or something that started blowing up.
right,
And so he changed his name
right.
to like, he changed the David part.
Did he?
Yeah, it was like Johnny Jones or something.
Okay,
And then he went back.
right.
to-
So he changed his name.
Or then he changed
So
it
why did I
again.
bring this up? Lots of reasons. Like I said, I play with my name all the time. All the time, I play with my name. Spoke about it before. I don't really get upset if what names people call me.
I don't know. You put an Instagram video up saying that the Starbucks ladies call you Corona.
I know. 'Cause
Corona
every once in a
Verona.
while, that hurts my feelings. And then I changed and pretended it was Tara. And I've gone back now.
You're back.
I'm back to Verona, but to you, right now I was Vo, but I can be anything I want to be. Okay.
Okay.
But I just want to tell you, because the reason it came up is because current events, pop culture. Do you know Alec Baldwin?
Yes, his wife. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Yes. Spanish or
Okay.
Boston?
Yeah. So his wife, I actually followed her on Instagram, and her name is Hilaria, which I thought was
That is
hilarious.
hilarious.
And I thought, what an odd name. I've never heard that name. But then it's like, oh, she's foreign. You know, she has an accent. She speaks Spanish.
Wasn't that the whole controversy?
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. So, but it's just his wife, and she's only in the news for being his wife and doing yoga. They have lots of children. She had a miscarriage, I think, last year, and she was open about it, and people really appreciated that because they're trying to end the stigma against it. Anyway, it just came out that she's not that Spanish, and her name at birth, on her birth certificate. Okay, so it just came out that her birth certificate is an American birth certificate from Boston. And it says Hillary Clark, or I don't know. It was just some sort of totally American name. And people who went to school with her in Boston are saying,
she was a normal Boston.
I went to school with this girl. She's not Spanish.
Her name's Hillary. And she got in the car
Oh my
with
God.
me, went to the bar.
Yeah. That's a
Like
Boston
that.
accent you're doing, I guess. So anyway, people are giving her a lot of guff. People are
Guff.
saying, how dare you?
But she lived in Spain.
People
no?
are trying to shame her. Okay, so she did live. They vacationed in Spain a lot, like a second home.
But her parents, either of them Spanish?
No, her dad's American. I think he was a professor, but he loves Spain, and he really, really brought the kids up, like engulfed in the.
What are you called when you love France?
A francophile or francophile.
Francophile. So
Yeah, there's also for England. There's one.
So was she? Was he a Spanophile? Or?
He is, or he died, I think, this year.
Damn! Come at the girl.
Come at the girl, and this is me. Let her be.
Let her be.
Who cares?
Hey, who cares? Now are you doing a Spanish
Yeah,
accent?
because anybody can do anything.
Yeah.
Wait, that was more Italian, but who cares? First of all, is she the at ground control at NASA? And is it like, wow, like if she's telling a story about that, maybe we shouldn't try. What is she? She's a young woman who married a actor
Mm-hmm.
in the entertainment business. P.S. I don't think Alec's name is Alec. I think it's Alexander. Like, what movie star hasn't changed their name, their face? When hasn't people put on accents or made up stories? Who cares?
Yeah.
What are you exposing?
Yeah.
Why can you not do these things?
Yeah. Like why can't if I'm on the red carpet and I start to talking with an Italian accent, am I gonna be ripped apart? Like,
right.
He's not Italian. I'm like, I know I'm not Italian.
Yeah.
I am not. Arrivederci.
I don't understand. Now,
Am I canceled for just doing that now?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Guess what?
It's the end of nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
It's the end of 2020. Now, listen, I did. Okay, so don't start to tell me why it's upsetting. People are saying it's upsetting
Let's hear it.
because
Let's hear it. Let's hear why.
Actual Spanish people,
Okay.
probably not so much from Spain, but like South and Central America, they are. She benefited from pretending to be Spanish.
In what way?
Well, people were interested in her and she was on shows and she was celebrated and she just, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. Remember that woman who pretended to be black?
But that's totally different.
Well,
I
anyway,
think.
the Spanish people said, oh, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice that a white woman whose name was Hillary, you pretended your name was Hilaria and you still made it in the world. We actually have names that we have to pretend our name is Hillary when it's really, Andalusia or something like this. Like they're saying we're persecuted for being Spanish and you're pretending to be Spanish and you're not persecuted. That's what I picked up from the article.
Okay, you know what? This is why I get so mad at cancel culture. Because they're coming at this Hilaria woman who is just an older woman. She puts on a little bit of a...
People probably get mad at you calling her older. I think she's under 40.
Older than me.
Yeah, I guess everyone's older than someone.
Yeah.
Even in NICU.
I'm saying
2-day baby.
I'm saying she's not like a young girl trying to make a name for herself.
Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah,
doing.
but who cares even if she did? I remember when remember your thought. I remember when what's the girl's name from Australia? Dang it. She has a fun name. You go ahead. I'll remember it.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's just this woman not harming anyone. But you know what she is? She's an easy target. And at this point, cancel culture has gotten to a point where it's like, now it's just like, oh, who can we get?
Yeah.
Looking for easy targets. But they're not going to do it when it's not an easy target. I don't know if you guys watch football or if, football history, if anyone remembers a Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson? No, I don't know anything about that person.
You do know him.
I do?
Ocho Cinco.
Oh, yes.
Chad Johnson.
Yes.
Legally changed his name.
I remember the jersey.
To, he even changed it like Esteban. Esteban Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco from now on. Anybody that writes about whatever I say today, you call me Ocho Cinco. Do not say Chad. Esteban Ocho Cinco is back.
But he was outspoken.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
Right.
All these things. And like in the crowds, they'd wear like sombreros and like,
right.
For Ocho Cinco, who he was just an African-American guy. But you're benefiting off of using Spanish culture on the back of your jersey. No, we can't. But Hilaria Baldwin, it's like, oh, let's get her.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's gross.
Exactly. It is gross. She's a mom of 5 children, I think. 5 children. She's not hurting anybody. She wasn't trying to lead the Spanish people anywhere under God.
No, like did she win a Spanish award? Like that was the problem with the woman you're talking about, and like, I don't think they're comparable. She was a head person.
Oh, you're thinking of Soldivar, Multivar,
the BET lady.
The what?
BET lady?
No, not BET. I think it was NAACP. Maybe.
Yeah. Where she was literally
speaking for them,
financially benefiting, and doing it socially in the midst of when it actually came to race or something. And so if this lady was making money through some Spanish networking, okay, I get it. It's like you're stealing money out of other people's pockets, but an accent, like you said, Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live or his whole career, how many accents has he put on?
Many? Like we wouldn't have enough time in the podcast to name entertainers who have put on accents, who have lost their accents, who have changed their names. Hardly anybody in entertainment has the name they were born with.
Yeah.
And first of all, even if you're not in entertainment, like if the person next door, if I go outside and I'm like, hey Mildred, and she's like, you know what, call me Carol. Okay, Carol. Like
Like, we're in such a backward society, right? Like, let me refrain. Not a backward society, but a double standard society.
Yeah.
With this cancel culture.
Yeah.
Why it doesn't make any sense. I'm very progressive, right? But I'm progressive across the board. Like, when I see progress, it means when people are allowed to express themselves how they want. So when I see, let's just say transgender issues.
Yeah.
And someone says, okay, I want to be called this now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, awesome. Like, refer to me as this. I want to express myself in this way. I'm like, okay, awesome. That's all going with my values of we all have one life. Let's all live that life how we want to live.
Right.
And then there's some people that are like, they think progressive is then, oh, that person can't live like that though.
Right.
Oh, they're putting an accent on.
Right.
You can talk like Donald Duck.
Right.
Your entire life. Yeah. And I don't think that you should owe Disney money.
Yeah.
Like
Bobcat Goldthwait. You think he was born like that?
Who?
Look him up. He's like a comedian, but he puts on this crazy voice.
Yeah, like and accents.
As does Gilbert Gottfried. Do you think he talks like that? Like
something that's just so silly. Like literally, my perfect world is where everyone, as long as they're not hurting other people,
right,
can live their life how they want to live. They can that is what progress is. If you want to go back, that's when you tell people, oh, you can't do like that. Oh, there's like cultural lines for a reason. Right. See this? Don't cross it. Don't talk like me. Don't dress like me. You're you and I'm what?
No, and I guarantee the whole thing originated with Amy Schumer. She didn't start it, but she mentioned something, I think, about the girl. And then,
of course,
these keyboard
investigators.
Yeah. Oh, no, Amy Schumer, she put up a joke. This Hilaria is very, very, very fit, even though she's had all these children. So Amy put up an actual photo of Hilaria and her newborn baby. Yeah. Amy pretended it was her and her baby. So she's like, do you like my post-baby body? It was a joke. But Amy's fans wanted Amy to like them and to be like, don't worry, you're not as thin as her. She's a liar. So the people who started it, the people who came after her and exposed her, they did not do it because they were worried about immigrants who had to Americanize their names. They were trying to just be hateful. Yeah. To embarrass somebody and to call somebody out and be like, she's too thin and pretty and famous and rich. Let's bring her down a bit. Yeah. That was their motivation.
And that's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, it's not an across the board thing. It's not like you don't do that. Like I said, all those people, I would like them to tell Chad Ochocinco to his face the same views they have.
Exactly.
Go walk up to him and say, I don't think that you should have changed your name to Esteban Ochocinco. They wouldn't.
No, it was wrong. It was wrong. And then once you try to be hateful, like I told you before, I told you that that I follow someone with albinism, a star, and they tried to rile him up. Funny enough, it was a Rebel Wilson movie. Rebel Wilson? Is that her name? The Australian one I was trying to think of earlier. Yeah. People tried to expose her at one point. They're like, her name's not Rebel. She wasn't born Rebel. And she was like, who cares?
What actor was born with
exactly?
Like literally, think of your 10 favorite. Think of your 5 favorite actors. Guarantee if you look up their birth names, they're not all that.
It's ridiculous. Okay, it's so ridiculous, and they try to bring in once you're evil, then you try to justify yourself and go, oh no, we're talking for the immigrants. No, you weren't, because also in a country where it is very, very divided, especially at this point, against people who speak Spanish and building walls and so forth, that this mother is bringing up her 5 American children with an American husband, even if she's American, bilingual. Since she gave them all Spanish names and she's bringing them up. That's bad. It's like what you said about Catholics. When you attack them for other things, you discourage good behavior. Yeah. So you're just why are you trying to embarrass her?
That's what I always see. I mean, I see it in a lot of things, like just a ton of tearing apart, and it's like you're ruining the future generations. Yeah. Like, I get it. Right now, we are a country divided, and it's unfortunate. But when you're fighting this with, don't teach don't grow your kids up to be Spanish Americans, even if they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Girl, like, how many times don't braid your hair and all this? You're just raising another generation to be just like us.
Right.
Okay, guess what? This country's divided.
Yeah.
Now, let's make our kids not.
Right.
Let's make our kids not know the difference. Like
But this is the thing. People are pretending that we're there. People are pretending like, reinvent yourself. Be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
People do it, and then they're like, oh my God, you tried to do that. You tried, but we just exposed you.
Yeah.
Are we, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here,
What
folks?
are we doing? What are we doing?
It's just so silly. Like, and like I've said a million times, it's just these people who would have no gonads in person to say anything.
Exactly.
It's like,
and this is the thing too, Spencer. These people, even Hilaria, who cares of you?
Who cares of you?
All these different people, just like we talked about, I think in Hypocrisy, but you don't even know who you are. Look at the DNA commercials where, you want to send away and they'll say, I thought I was German and I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying? What if the mom had an affair with a Spanish guy? So the man who's on her birth certificate's not her father.
Yeah.
Or the people who are sitting at home and going, I can't believe that she's pretending to be Spanish. What if I actually tell you right now that you're Polish and you didn't even know that? So people who say, like, my family came on the Mayflower. Yeah, that's what you were told. Okay?
Yeah.
So nobody's sure of anything.
No. And if someone looks at me, right? And I could probably get canceled if I was going around talking Trinidadian.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Bash, clash, and ding. Hey, where are the papers? Hey, boy, come here, boy. I can only say what my dad says to me because that's the only thing. Hey, boy, come here, boy. Come here. That's it.
Yeah. Right.
It's the only.
But why? And why should they not cancel you for that?
Because my dad's fully Trinidadian.
He is?
Yeah, like, no, but that's what
I'm making a joke because I know that.
But it doesn't matter. Right?
I know.
The point is, I'm saying, like, what are you going, like people are just assuming on the street, like,
exactly.
Oh, you shouldn't have your hair like that. Like,
exactly.
You shouldn't do this. And it's like let's talk about the braids for a second. My sister, she's half Trinidadian, a country that has all kinds of braids. Mm-hmm. If she put, box braids in her hair, which was very culturally as a second generation Trinidadian, she would be.
She's first generation.
First generation?
Yeah, because it was her dad.
So what is he? Oh, he's just Trinidadian.
He's just Trinidadian, yeah.
And she's first generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Who cares? Go on.
She would be, if there was a Twitter photo of her, and it's like, oh, look at this cultural appropriation, blah, blah. It's like, you have no idea that, like, her back to authentic braids is a lot quicker than,
but it just bothers me because I want the world where, Heidi in Switzerland.
Yes.
Well, actually, she did wear braids, come to think of it. But you know what I'm saying? I hate that you have to prove that you're allowed to do anything.
Then that's the thing. I feel like I almost, it comes off defensive. Like, oh, well, I can wear braids.
You can. You did for Halloween.
Yeah. I've cornrows before. But my thing is this. People care too much. Yeah.
But isn't it like so some people say, like, fair game, right? Yeah. So if Bernie Sanders was saying, to the Jewish community, vote for me, I'm Jewish, and then someone was like, he's not Jewish. We found out that there's no. But an actor's wife is fair game to look up her birth certificate.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Too far.
Yeah, it's like, and for, like you said, it's not. Did she ever say I'm Spanish?
I don't know. I never even followed her that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw this woman and I would, I'd love to see all, like, her with the videos with her babies, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, this is a religious podcast. And so names.
Oh,
well, I was gonna.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you meant let's get off it.
Can we get off it? We're at 30 minutes.
Of course we can.
No, I was just gonna say, just moving forward, it's just like, what would Jesus do?
Right.
If you went, like, you see it so many times with the disciples talking to Jesus about things. Oh, this woman's putting that oil on you and she should be doing this. And, like, all these things that you see these stories repetitive, and he'd get mad at the disciples and he's like, why are you telling me like I'm going to scold her? She's doing the right thing. You know what I mean? If you went, oh Jesus, like her name is actually Hillary and she's from Boston, and then and he would stop you and say, and
yeah,
like how is she living her life?
Right.
Oh well, she's raising her 5 kids to be, you know, real cultural people, and she gives a lot of money to charity, and then he would look at you and he would just say,
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
It's funny you brought up Jesus because
JC,
because I was listening to this Muslim teacher, and he was talking about how the Muslims have a different story about Jesus. Super, they admire him, you know, all this, but the stories are a little different.
Yeah.
And his name is even different. And besides Jesus' name being different, think of all the names of God. And does it matter?
That's a good point.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But it does matter to some people.
It really does.
So many times, I think it's so fun. I don't know if I even brought this up in an earlier podcast. So, I think I definitely have said Allah is the Abrahamic God. When you hear the word Allah, that is the same as if you hear Yahweh. It's all the same person. It's the God that Abraham himself had a covenant with, and that followed the passage of time. David's God, you know, Jesus is Jesus.
Right.
All these things. It's just different names. Yet on social media, these same people that are always just looking for a fight, like they will make fun of Allah, like, oh, go pray to Allah.
And they don't even realize.
These God believing people are coming at this Allah as if it's, oh, you're God. And it's like,
the great bard put it well. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. William Shakespeare.
Don't know if you ever heard of him.
I don't know. He was born on my
Was
breath.
his name actually William Shakespeare?
Who knows? A la plum, a la nom la plum. No, I'm trying to say a pen name, but it's French, and a pen name is the name
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, who used that name because he didn't want to associate his prestigious name with silly children's book. Who doesn't have a pen name? So that's okay. Crazy. Now, if God himself tells you to name your baby Hillary or Verona or whatever else, I'm guessing you should listen. I think of, is it Isaac? Who in the Bible? And the dad went mute. It might have been. So the wife was an older wife, old wife, and she got pregnant. She prayed to God, and I think his name meant laughing because it was so funny that this 60-year-old woman would have a baby.
Okay. That's Sarah.
Sarah. So, and they said, and name the baby this.
Mm-hmm.
The dad went mute. Whoever this famous Bible guy is, you know who it is.
Abraham.
Sure. I don't know. And then at the day of the christening, they were like, what are we going to name the baby? And I guess he became unmute. What happened? He announced the name, which in Jewish culture or religion, you're supposed to name the baby after somebody, or it has to have some connection. Even today, like even if it's not the full name, you have to use the first letter. So they picked, I think it was Isaac. All of this can be fact checked at the end, but you get my point. Nobody was named that. So they were like, what are you doing? But at the christening, he was like, that's the name. And he wasn't mute anymore. So
he had to wait all that time? Why couldn't he have just been told?
Why couldn't he be just told what?
Like, why did he have to be mute in the beginning? Because only the next word that had to come out of his mouth?
I don't know. You've read the Bible. I'm really getting tired of telling you Bible stories.
All right, guys, I have an announcement to make. I did read the Bible straight through, but I'm going to read it again.
Okay.
I don't know when I'll start. Maybe January 1st.
Hey, there you go.
Maybe I should. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I just said when I'm going to do it. January 1st.
No, because you don't know which January 1st. 2021, 2022.
Yeah. No, I need to read it again. It's tough to remember everything from the Bible.
It is. That's why first of all my knowledge comes from, I told you before, many, like even. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Was that osmosis? Yeah. If you just get close to it, you know.
Yeah.
So stuff has seeped in, but I have no.
Yeah, exactly. Like
way to file it or.
I read it all as a book, but someone who's heard, like, I've read 100%, but someone but I don't know nearly as much as someone who knows 50% well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares? But anyway.
Do you think a name shapes a person?
And
Oh, we're not talking.
no, does a name shape a person? No, it's just before I forget, because we just talked about my sieve for a brain. Jesus renamed everybody.
Oh, he
Didn't
did,
he?
didn't he? Yeah.
Not everybody, but he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my name's Simon." It's like, nah, it's
Yeah.
Peter. It's like, okay.
Yeah, he did it. He renamed everybody.
Yeah. So do I think a name makes a
A
person?
name shapes a person. Not makes a person, but shapes a person.
Does a name shape a person?
If my name was different, would I be?
Isn't there a Johnny Cash song, "A Boy Named Sue" or something like that? And he's really, really tough because his parents named him Sue, and he had to grow up with that name. So you tell me, what do you?
I think yeah. I think it's a factor in shaping someone.
Okay.
You know, like it can work against you, it can work for you, but I think you should be mindful before you name your child.
Native Americans, they have a few different things going on. One, I don't believe they name the baby before birth or quickly after birth. They have to see.
They have to earn it?
No,
Earn that name?
no. They have to see, like, Dances with Wolves. They got to see, is this person going to dance with wolves?
Yeah.
But also, I don't know which tribe or whatever, so I'm not, saying I know stuff about Native Americans, but I love Native American to learn about it. I love it. But they have a secret name. I think they might have 3 names or something like this. And there's like the name, there's a D, and then maybe there's like a family name. There's a secret name that the parent gives the child, and the child knows it and the parent knows it. But it's so personal and special that, like, you don't just want to let everybody, So
That's really cool. I want a secret name.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, tell me what my secret name should be.
Wait, what was the name you wanted the other day?
Balthazar.
Balthazar. See? If you started speaking in a Middle Eastern accent and saying, "Call me Balthazar," I would be like, "Okay, Balthazar? It's just a different aspect of you."
And I think the world would be a happier place if more people said "who cares," and not "who cares" and not "who cares." Just because that's the
live and let live.
Exactly. And how do you guys put an end to this? How do we all put an end to this demonizing everyone for everything? It's when someone comes up to you and shows you something, trying to build that crowd.
Right.
Oh my God! Did you know that Hillary, or Hilaria's real name is Hillary, and she who cares?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And.
Yeah, you just.
Oh well, you
just end it.
Don't you think that's wrong? It's like, I don't see a problem with it. Boom, it's over. Like, you don't need to fight back.
Right.
Like, we're being a little heated on this.
We are, but I mean,
in an everyday setting, that's my philosophy and everything. It's like, you all get one life. Like, I don't want to tell anyone how to live.
No.
That ain't me.
You never watch Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix? I forget her name. She's from The Office. But Titus Andromedon is a great character on there. The big black guy. And his name is Titus Andromedon in the show. But even in the show, they show when I forget his real name. He lived in the Midwest, and he was like, he had this other name, and like they had a flashback or something. And besides just reinventing himself, went to New York and, picked this name. Then he also had these other personalities that would come out. One, I think, was like a geisha woman or something. And it's like, people like the character because it's something that people want to do. So when someone does it, why do you want to embarrass them?
Yeah. Who cares? And that's the thing. It's so picking and choosing.
Yeah.
You love like the drag queens and the drag races. It's like unless you're across the board, which I don't think these people are. If you are a super conservative, that's like, there's some people I don't argue with. I don't argue with people who are steadfast in their beliefs and they're across the board. So it's an internal belief.
Yeah.
This is the way things are done. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. We'll never agree, and that's fine.
Right.
Like we'll agree to disagree. But I say it once, and I'll say it 1,000 times. I can't stand me a hypocrite or just someone who's wishy-washy in their things, and we want to cancel that person. Mm-mm. But nothing's wrong with the RuPaul Drag Race. It's like, don't be like that.
No, and don't be so naive, people. Don't be so naive that you think that everyone's telling you the truth. Because all the people that you can't look up their birth certificate, you're amongst so many people who have created, and I'm not against it, but have created lives for themselves.
Yeah.
So don't be so naive and think that you have to call out the one person that you think changed the game.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Chad Ochocinco's real name was not Chad Ochocinco when he was born.
And Trixie Mattel's name is Brian.
And my name is Balthazar.
And my name will be TBD, to be determined.
Nah. So guess what, guys? Names are special. You know why?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Names are special because they're a piece of you, and it's a form of expressing yourself. That's why I think a name can shape someone. So if you don't like your name, go out and change it. Change it to anything you want. I don't care. If you're not from America, you change it to something American. Go for Spencer. I'm willing to give my name out.
You said you didn't want to start a tribe of yourself, but it's starting to leak out again.
Become a Spencer. Come to America.
It's fine. Wear your hat backwards.
Army of Spencers. I'm gonna change them all to Spencer, and then I'm gonna then become Balthazar.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be Balthazar and his army of
The
Spencers.
Spencerians.
The Spencerians.
Marty had it right.
All right, guys. Well, that's our podcast. We got a little heated and off topic, but let us know what you think. Let us know if we're a bunch of idiots who should stop speaking at all.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that because I am very sensitive. But we'll be back tomorrow.
I'm not.
You're not going to be back tomorrow?
No, I'm not sensitive.
Okay, don't get into one of your angry fire things again.
No. Not going to do that.
We'll be back tomorrow with a solid podcast.
Painting.
Oh, wait, what am I saying solid podcast for? We'll be back tomorrow for
New Year's Eve party.
New Year's Eve party. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres.
We're going to drop the crow. Drop the
crow. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So tune in for that. New Year's Eve. Hope you guys enjoy your last few days of 20.
Watch yesterday's about...
Watch all of them in
what
order.
Was it?
Call off work for 2 days and just watch every one of our videos. All right, that's enough of that.
Okay.
Peace. I pinched myself.